People who prefer thinking and decision-making tend to look at the logical consequences of their choices and their actions. And they really are great at removing themselves from a situation because they like to examine things objectively. They're going to analyze every piece of the situation and all of the ramifications. Their goal is to have an objective standard of truth and an application of principles. Their strengths, though, include figuring out what is wrong with something. They are great problem solvers, and those who prefer thinking are excellent at analyzing and solving technical problems, directing the logical process toward a desired goal. The thinking preference is very quick to analyze things. They're logical problem solvers. Remember that fairness and the justice, that's great for them. They have valued that above all else. They look at cause and effect in their reasoning, and they're going to really strive for an impersonal and objective truth. They don't want emotions in things or anything subjective. And sometimes they may appear just a little bit too tough-minded. Now, the introverted dominant thinking, you need to remember that this is introverted, so the outside world doesn't really see what is going on for a dominant thinker because they are very inside of themselves. They seek to order their internal thoughts, and they're really going to develop a logical system for understanding. And the way that you really can improve upon this is a learning journal, journaling, reflections, those kind of things. They're really going to be seldom to express their thoughts and judgments unless they are challenged. If their logic is challenged, they're going to jump in and they are going to say something. So one thing as an introverted thinker is to step back for a moment and see, is your logic really being challenged? And how can you overcome some kind of miscommunication? They are reflective observers. They need plenty of time to assimilate, process information, to categorize it, and to be able to develop a structure for understanding. Be sure that you have enough time to really do that, to step back and to be able to think about your experiences and your thoughts. They have high expectations of themselves, and they are not going to make or accept excuses. So part of this is to remember that you are human and to always give yourself a little bit of leeway. Not too much because you want to continue to grow, but to not always hold yourself at such high expectations. They readily devise internal systems to fit in any kind of data, and that even includes the needs of other people. They do, however, critique reality. They see inconsistencies and irrelevancies all over the place, and generally they're going to see them in places that other people are really going to overlook and not even recognize. They will anticipate consequences with an incredible ability that almost seems as if it's intuitive, that just comes to them naturally, and they wait with almost detachment, like they're an outsider, just to see if it's really going to happen. They approach life like it's a puzzle. They want to play with pieces of reality until they understand and achieve a complete understanding. Remember that these are natural logic people. They are detached, they like order, they assimilate new information very quickly, and they're reflective. Their judgment is directed to creating an internal order of both their ideas and their principles. Their goal is to create a logically order. They need logical order internally and to develop a rational principles for understanding their world.